Hey, heart seekers, welcome to the Heart's Hello Show, where we believe that our hearts are the foundation of our well being and happiness. I am your host, Keona Talana. Well, for those of you all who have been following me, you've realized that we are in a series where we are breaking down the word reveal. And the acronym that I gave for reveal is revelation, enlightenment, vision, exposure, awareness, and learning. Well, in today's episode, I'm not necessarily going to dive into that because I feel like that there are some of you all who are just in a place where you're like, I don't know what to do. I'm not sure how to get to the next step. I'm not sure how to get to the next level. Well, let me just share with you all that hopefully this is going to be something that is going to stir you up just a tad bit. As I'm sitting here and I'm looking at this picture over top of my computer screen, it's myself and my 4 boys. And so I'm looking at this picture and I'm talking to you all and I'm realizing that sometimes we just need to get a picture in mind. We need to get a picture in mind as to what we want, where we are going. And so for me, I'm talking to you all, but I'm staring at this picture because I'm realizing that all of the work that I do, all of the work, the internal work that I'm doing for not just myself, but everything that is attached to me will be benefiting from the work that I am personally doing. And so I don't know what that is for you, but for me, when I'm looking at this picture, I'm realizing that I can't stop. I have to keep going because there are 4 little faces depending on me. So take a moment to just realize, what is that for you? What is it that you want? What is it that you need in life? Because if you don't have that visual picture, it's going to be difficult for you to continue to press when things get hard. Yes, I know that sometimes we're just trying to figure things out, and sometimes it doesn't look like we have all of the necessary tools that we need, but I promise you that everything you need, you already have. There are so many of you all who are listening to the sound of my voice that you have so much within your toolbox, but you're not sure what to do with any of it. Why? Because you don't have a picture clear enough as to why you need to do what you need to do. So what is it? What is it that is stopping you from doing the very thing that you know you are supposed to do? Is it the self-doubt? Is it the shame? Is it the fear? Is it the opinion of others that you are still holding on to because you think that they're going to have something negative to say about what it is that you're going to do? So what? Let them talk. The only thing that they can do is talk. But as they are talking, I need you to do. Not just do, but to be all that you are supposed to be. Because guess what? Even if they are talking as you are moving, they're still going to talk. When you achieve your goal, guess what? They're still going to be talking. Their opinions cannot matter more to you than the goals that you have set out to get. Because now what you're saying is that their opinions of you or what you may do are going to be more important. And so, like I said, I'm standing here and I'm looking at this picture and I don't care what you think of me. Your thoughts don't matter to me when I'm looking at this picture of my boys. Your thoughts don't matter to me about what it is that I need to be doing that is beneficial for them, because your thoughts are not going to help them in any way. So that means I have work to do. Yes, I get it. Sometimes you may feel like, you know what? It's not perfect. So what? It doesn't need to be. The only thing that is perfect here on this earth is God, and you will never be him. So operate in what you already have. Operate with what you already have. Do it with the money that you already have. Because if you are consistent and intentional enough about what it is that you said that you want, when the time is right, the more money you will receive. When the time is right, the people that you need will come into your life. When the time is right, everything that you are looking for will be right where it needs to be. But guess what? You are standing in a spot hoping that you're going to reach and receive everything that you want, and you won't. Can you just imagine yourself standing in one spot and you see what it is that you want in front of you, and you are reaching and stretching as far as you can go? But guess what? You're not any closer to what it is that you are looking for because you have not moved your feet. And so I say all of that, and I congratulated you because you are a person that is going to go after what you want. You're not going to be stopped by what you don't see. You're not going to be stopped by the opinions of others. You're not going to be stopped by what you perceive right now that you don't have, because you realize that this is bigger than you. Whatever your this is, whatever your why is, whatever it is, move towards it. See, I'm hyped up because I'm coming off of the heels of a goal setting retreat. And what I realized is that after having a conversation with a great friend of mine, is that I've been playing small, that I am trying to achieve things within my life that I can do. But what I'm realizing is that the gifts that are down on the inside of me, I am fueled by God. I am purpose filled by God. And so why would I limit myself to only what I can do when I am powered by God? So now I have to reset my mind, because you know what? I serve a big God. And so if I'm only moved and motivated by what I believe that I can attain, that means I don't need faith in order to get that. And so now I'm doing myself a disservice, because if I'm operating without faith, then what am I doing? So for some of you all, it may not be you fueled by or powered by or backed by God, but I'm sure you are in some way, shape, form, or fashion, right? I don't know what you believe, but I believe that there is a power down on the inside of us that propels us to do things with on a supernatural level. I believe that when we set our intentions, that there is something moving in the universe that is now going to align with exactly what it is that we said that we want. So again, I don't know what that is for you, but I do believe that what you say you want, you can have, but you're going to have to do the work in order to get it. So I need you to take some time to visualize what that is. What is it that you want? What is it that your heart's desire? Because you can have it if you want it. But are you willing to do the work in order to get it? See, that's what separates the successful from those unsuccessful. They're willing to do the work. They're willing to put in the extra time. They're willing to let their friends know that they can't hang out. They're willing to not sit in front of the TV. They're willing to say, you know what, I can't go this weekend. They're willing to say no. They're willing to push past their fears. They're willing to push past all of the naysayers, because they have their picture set in their mind as to what they want. And then they know why they're doing it. Like I said, for me, I'm looking at my boys and I'm realizing that I have work to do and that there's no devil in hell that can stop me. So I need you to take some time to really get in your mind what it is that you want. And then once you have it in your mind, I need you to write it down on paper. And then once you have written it down on paper, now I need you to take some time to write out what those steps are going to be in order for you to get it. Because we can talk about what we want to do all day. We can dream about what we want to do all day. But then there is this thing called action. And so that's going to be the fuel for how we are going to get there. It's just like if you hop into a car and you try to start the car up and you put the car in and it does start up and you put the car in drive and you go for a little bit, but you're driving and driving and driving, but you haven't realized that in order for this car to keep driving, you're going to have to put some gas in it. And so I need you to think about, what is it that you want? Why is it that you want it? How is it that you're going to achieve it? And don't jot down the things that you don't have. I only want you to jot down those things that you have right now. Those things that can cause you to move your feet right now. Those things that are in your control right now. Not focusing in on anybody else but you. Because as we know that things can change. People, decisions can change. But write down those things that you have personal control over. You got it? So visualize what it is. Close your eyes and visualize what you want in life. Take that same vision that you just had and write it down on paper. Write it down the exact same way that you saw it. And now I need you to set the goals for how you're going to achieve it. I know it may sound like, this is easier said than done. But when you begin to put the action in place, when you begin to take the visions that you have and jot them down on paper and then set actionable steps in order to get them, you are now putting things in place for you to actually receive what it is that you said that you want. It's one thing to just talk about it, and it's another thing to do it. And so I'm excited about all that you are getting ready to achieve in your life. Yes, we're going to go into greater detail as to how goal setting is important and why it's important and how to better structure your goals. But in this setting, the only thing that I want you to do is to visualize what it is, write it down on paper, and then begin to put some steps in place. And take the limits off of not only yourself, but take the limits off of God. Because if you're trying to do it in your own strength, you're only going to get what you can give. And I know that you want more out of life than that. I know that there are some things that are truly weighing on your heart, your true heart's desires. And most of the time, folks settle for what only they can achieve. But I promise you that when you are fueled by God, things in your life just show up a little differently. But you're still going to have to do the work. We cannot just be hearers, but we have to be doers. You have all that you need and more. But if you don't believe that you have everything that you need, you will be listening to this same message saying that it does not work. But you have everything that you need in order to get started. So will you say, you know what? I'm going to kick over the crutch. I'm going to eliminate the excuses. I'm going to take off the limits. That I am going to set the goals up and then I'm going to knock them down. I know that doubt is going to creep in. But that's where that vision of why you're doing what you're doing needs to be so clear in your mind. Like I said, my vision right now, even as I'm talking to you, I'm still looking at this picture of my boys. So what's that battery in my pack that keeps me fueled and keeps me going? That's going to be that same picture that I just told you I'm staring at and I'm looking at as I'm talking to you. It's those four faces that are looking back at me. And I know that I have work to do. I know that I will impact millions of lives just by me accepting my assignment. And I know that you will impact lives too. So let's continue to do the work. Let's continue to set out and do those things that are our heart's desire. Yes, it's a journey. Yes, it's not going to always be easy. Yes, there are going to be some bumps in the road. But there is also on that same road happiness, joy, peace, love. Are you with me? All right, let's go. So you all, I just want to thank you for joining me for another adventure of the Heart's Hello Show. We're together, we're embracing vulnerability, learning from each other, and spreading love, one heartfelt hello at a time. That there is more, recognizing that you want something more out of life. So I'm excited for you. I'm excited for the life that you are creating. I'm excited for you.